updating on, the to-do things to-do list. Needing an eminent domain location for both private and business usage. The sentences that's not making any sense today, which is not expected from people who are crazy. They don't need to be crazy. Then why would I expect them to make any comments that make sense? Which their comments today is you're a museum, so you get to look at you, or you don't let nobody look at you, so you can't be a museum. I mean, this is stupid shit that justifies them showing up unannounced and being a nuisance, like talking into you like they're just joining your establishment. It's a small business, number one. That means I'm developing it, and everything that I put in to make it available. First of all, museums are not free, so for them to say you're a museum and nobody can look at you without seeing a sign up that says, which I do have a sign, but it's not like in a window. And not only that, museum curators have personal locations where they live as well, and their work has nothing to do with their private lives. These psychotics, including but not limited to my roommates, because I decided to give what I have for like an apartment idea. I wanted my son to be able to feel like he's re-establishing what he's lost, because I wanted to have a museum without asking him first what he thought of it at age 15, and then Swoops and G-Unit and whoever else felt that starting a business for me was a good idea for them. To be attracted to the art and colors, no excuse. It's no excuse to decide that anything that sounds public makes you an automatic case file. Even places that have, which this isn't a welfare office, but even places that have a case file, they have order, they have professional, overhead, which takes cases in based on an application that they presented. Now, when someone shows up and just decides to start ordering people around who should give what to who, that's not the position of somebody who's a patron. That's not the position of a paying customer at a museum. That's not all these positions that just presents today. Every business that, and when you do threaten one made in America business, you threaten all of them, because what that says to the public is that you can do art and whatever without facing any consequences for it. So the value of my business is their focus, and they're trying to act like they can access the value. I got valuables, and that's what they talk about is a museum, as if they care about the museum part. It's not about the museum. It's about whatever I have for a gallery, whatever I have for food, because of Peppermint Tea House. So now whatever I cook, they looking at it through some kind of view. They have this extreme viewing where they talk about that sandwich she eating looks good. Who in the hell in their right mind does that? So that's the kind of people that we're dealing with today, that are wearing, to me, they're wearing a shell, which is a mask of person, of humanity, but they have like these like even this, a complete challenge when you can buy this in a store. So why is it a challenge if you can buy it? Why is it a challenge if I go wear it and keep my own hair, which is about, I could say, maybe up to here, half of it, and I'm getting challenges from people who have a natural, but it's the same dude who's telling people that if she's making a job out of it, then by and large, that is your job she's stealing. Completely bullshit. If a Vogue character in one newspaper or a Sports Illustrated has a character on the cover, believe me when I tell you, it is completely up to them which person looks like what. You might find 10 women that look similar in nature, but it is up to that overhead and that CEO to decide which one he wants to go with. And I choose that for financial reasons, for primitive business reasons, that these people are my business enemy. They're when I invest in my business, when you invest, put it like, let me make this clear. When you invest in yourself, if you take $20 instead of going to the casino, or $30 instead of buying scratch tickets, and instead let's say you buy artwork in an easel and whatever else, you or you buy even a new cellular phone where you can download apps. When you invest in yourself, you automatically bring yourself to a level that even a lot of people are not thinking like you. And even if they have all those tools, they have to know what to put on your blank canvas. Shout out to all those who know what to put on a blank canvas and who know how to get it from point A on a line to point B, and whether or not they choose to stand outside your house and make it a line. Like, I've had people park outside, preferred to park outside my window and say, is there no museum if I can't come along when I choose, and just whether they're playing the music real loud to try to tell me a message, whatever it is not my invitation to invite you to my house, my personal house where I'm sleeping at night. No, do not do that. And I want to say, police take notice. I had a police badge where a police officer finally responded to me after 1,000 calls to the mayor in New York City while I was promoting Madynas favorites. And he said, I'm responding back to you, big ass, badge at the end of the letter. I cried, of course, because I was happy they finally responded. And he was contacting me to investigate the accusations of being hotly pursued by the wrong type of customer, by someone who says, let me stand next to you, and that because I could sell a hat just like the Chinese, that they have in all of these real estate storefronts, because they've been doing it for so long, that I can't do that. That they can hire all Chinese staff, and I gotta hire a staff or a volunteer who believes that in competition mode that they outrank me and do me, but they just need my platform to launch from. I want to say that, look at him. He's a store owner, but he thinks he's fucking tough. They ask them Africans, go inside your window. Yeah, he could go. He want to go on the. He want to go on a video. Standing outside my window constantly. Want to use my tree outside on my property. They be fake being on their phone. He has so many customers, but no parking lot yet. He needs a bigger place because he's starting to get a lot of customers in. And I think it's probably because they want to be nosy. He probably got them doing art and whatever. But I literally would like to say police take notice and alert them to the harassment of men that feel like because I'm single and I'm a single parent that I have to be abused by these men who think that they treat the women in their country like SHIT. And I want to give a shout out to ICE and say, hey, good job. Thank you for your service and thanks for all the work that you do to keep us safe. I think that we all should fight for American-owned floor spaces where we're not being given the same consideration as these invested all in our country. Like, how they invested all their money in our land, like and then wherever we go, and even the welfare center, we're running into employees who set up these shops and then they sell points to the government to serve us. And then once they get our applications, we're not necessarily guaranteed the service that they claim to provide. So on that note, I'll holler. And that's the update for Madynas. Madynas Speaks, Madynas Museum of Art, Madynas Peppermint Tea House, Madynas Favorites, Madyna Matters Magazine, and Madyna Inc. Over the top. I've decided that it's so much going on that I've got to call Madyna Incorporated. And that being said, peace out.
They die for the